Guys and dolls, Saturday, out with the dogs. It's clammy, it's a wee bit drizzly, and but really beautiful, really beautiful. As you can see, yeah, really beautiful place. Um, yes, it reminds me a wee bit of Belfast Botanical Gardens. It's where the museum is. Used to go there when I was a wee boy. It was a free place to go when it was cold and wet. Uh, Yeah, I loved it. I could tell you some stories about the museum. Like I can tell you not bad stories and nothing, just stories of a museum and stuff they've got in it and things like that. Yeah. But yeah, just a wee walk today, guys. A bit raving and ranting. I feel as if I've been raving and ranting all week and just want to try and have it because I'm in a really good mood. You know what I mean? I'm really happy. And sometimes I don't think it comes across that way. But I don't know. It's just gonna see how it goes. It isn't like a walk and talk. You know what I mean? Because I was saying to my partner this morning, I was like, it's so easy the internet. Like to be honest with you, like if you wanna, make like have loads of views and like do loads of get loads of subs. You know what I mean? There is ways of doing it. You know what I mean? She's mental. See if you can see her. All right. Um, yeah, just like clickbaiting, So to tell you how I've worked it out. Sorry what that sun is. I'll go away soon. Tell you how I've worked it out. It's like some of my videos. One of my videos has got like over 100,000 views. Like talking thousands and thousands of comments. There's like no way could even go down that road. And then I've got other videos, 45,000 I think, and 2,000, and like quite big numbers and all that. Like. And it's like you just gotta look and you can see why, it's the topic. Um so if I wanted to, I could like cover them topics and do clickbait headlines, whatever they call it, the title. I'll keep on saying these like, it's not like that for me. Um I'm happy with the following I have, and I'm happy for people being here for like mental health reasons and people that can't get out and stuff like that. And just people that are interested in somebody like me who's been through the cure and whatnot and then through all the prison. I think it's interesting. I don't know if people can gain anything from it, Maybe you got a loved one that's doing a long time in prison right now and been in a long time and you worry about them and that. But, it's good to see that, good can come out of it. It really can. Um, like I've said in my last videos, it's like prison keeps you young. You don't get the sun. You're eating healthy food, and you're not drinking, and so you can't even say you're not taking drugs because there's more drugs in there than there is out here. And I mean that, like, I'm not kidding you on. It's crazy, like crazy. You know, I'm an expert. I'm an expert in people's medications. You know what I mean? Since I've been in Scotland and Scottish jails. So, but yeah, it's big business. Big business. You got to understand, like it's not like the street prices. You can sometimes you can put a zero on the end. I'm not kidding you on, like, but I think it's a process of people bringing it in. They're saying we're taking the risk and all that, so you can ask your price. Especially for when it's addiction and you've got addicts. Yourself what people would do for a fix. You know what I mean? If any of you have any experience with stuff like that. So yeah, you can ask your price, and it's the families that suffer. Because they're the ones that have to come up with the money and. They'll say all sorts. I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes. They'll say that they're being bullied, or if you don't get it, I'm going to get slashed, and if you don't put this money in this account, and then they ask for trainers and clothes and trackies, and they just sell everything for drugs. Um, it's a common thread through every prison. To be honest with you, it's called send-ons. You know what I mean? You get the money in jail, and you get the you send the money gets sent to somewhere outside, and then once that money arrives, then you're passed. The drugs are passed to you. But yeah, That's the way life is, you know what I mean, guys? It's just the way it is. It's been like that for a long time. I think England's like that now. I don't think Northern Ireland is bad, but I think they're probably getting that way. Knowing the Paranoia wings, it won't be like that, obviously. But yeah, it'll be pretty bad in most other places, you know. Anywhere you've got an addiction and people are addicted to something, then you've got that product. You know, you can understand. You know what I mean? So you can understand the lengths people go to. When I was in when I was in Scotland, I know of a prison officer who was receiving £500 a parcel. You know, and honestly, he couldn't bring enough parcels in. It started off with, I won't bring anything in too serious. To bring in whatever you want, whatever he didn't even know what was in the parcels. There you go. He didn't even know what was in the parcels. They were always wrapped. You know. And he was bringing that many, and they were like clogging up his locker room. And that's no word of lie. This is God's hand on my heart, mother's grave. This is facts. He had that many parcels coming in that they were blocked. It's unreal. I'm talking 9 bars and all that, weed and all that. You know what I mean? It's crazy, crazy. And yeah, but it all starts off with like because the guys target certain prison officers, and if a prison officer starts talking about his personal life, this particular prison officer had a younger woman on the go, and obviously she was costing him a few quid, and the man, like, I think he's probably a man, but he's not saying too much about him. I'm not here to get people into trouble, and I'm not saying nothing that the prisons don't already know. They know it's rife. You know what I mean? They want it to be rife, you know what I mean? Keeps everything nice and calm for them, simple as that. They go, oh, we're stopping drugs. They're not stopping drugs. It's not a drug. There's not a jail I've been in where they've even tried. It's not, oh yeah, of course they try, but come on, get me running the jails. Trust me, we wouldn't be getting anything in. I would not do that. It's not my thing, you know what I mean? But yeah, I know, same with the mobile phone. You know what I mean? All these guys in there think, oh, mobile phone and all that. Because they're not using the jail phone, they're talking business on the mobile phone because they're in a second jail. You know what I mean? They don't realise that they can stop these signals going out if they want, just like that. They just put something on the roof and you're not getting a reception. And they still sit there talking their business on the mobile phone, right? No talking to them. Really no talking to them. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, I think a lot of guys do use them just to talk to their girlfriends and their wives and their kids, you know what I mean? But obviously there's criminals in prison that have empires outside, everybody's got an empire. Yeah, but yeah, that's the way it is, crazy, you know what I mean? The stuff that's like, I know everything the government says to you, it's like, it's all bullshit. It really is, like. There's no two ways about it. So many situations I've been in my life where the government are saying one thing on the telly and I'm seeing them doing another thing right in front of me, Oh, man, honestly. But I'm just again a forest, But yeah, prisons are like, they're changing all the time. Prisons are fluid. They're fluid. I think that's the word of the day. Aye, prisons are fluid, constantly moving and changing, and different guys coming and going, and it's a difficult place for anybody to work in. Like, I was on a live last night, believe it or not. It's probably why I'm talking about it. It's freezing in Scotland again, and it was a prison officer came on, absolutely brilliant. So he's going to DM me, and we're going to get a wee chat. Maybe one day meet up, something like that. I'm just going to give us a wee wipe because it's really drizzly. There we go, just in case. It's hard to see, like. So that it's quite bright, you know what I mean? Yeah, and even anyway, so he's going to DM me, and we're going to get in touch because it was really interesting, He's just not long left. Well, a couple of years, 2-3 years left the system, And saying to him, not telling him to do YouTubes, you know what I mean? Do stuff like this, it's hard, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's hard. Because it's interesting. Like last night when he was talking about stuff, it was interesting. I was like really interested. I like that. You know? It's like Paz 49. It's like same thing, ex-prison officer and ex-army. But I like to listen to people like that because they've experienced so much in life, you know, and they give so much out for free. You know, it's like for guys that don't have family and all that. I'm not saying, you know, but I think it's like I learned to shave watching a movie. I mean, I'm not kidding you on, you know, and I think I think it's pretty obvious that you're going to pick up traits from movies and stuff. You're going to look at role models, men, and you know, it's probably the internet now. But when I was growing up, it was films. I would look at films and I would like get, you know, trying other men and guys my age growing up how they behaved, and you know, every now and again I would grab a word of wisdom from a movie, and it would like serve me so well right through life. You know, I'm serious. You know, I don't really think anything. They will come, and I'll maybe jot them down. But I'm trying to think that. I think I'll be able to do it right now. But yeah, I learned to shave. But that's what I'm saying. It's like some of these men that come out and like, you know, I know you got your Andy Tate today. I got no love for Andy Tate, but he has done sort of good for some men in a sort of icebergy sort of way, you know, if I ever want, you know what I mean, you know. But he's done some good. He's done a lot of bad, you know what I mean. But to be honest with you, I think there's a lot of satire involved with him, and I think he maybe talks rubbish sometimes about things. But the one that gets me obviously is the one where he says that boasting that he was getting money off these guys. These guys were sitting thinking they were talking to women, and he was cleaning their bank accounts out, and he was quite chuffed about it. And you know, it was, and I thought to myself, you know, it could have been me, could have been, you know, when my wife died. You know, man, it's strange, man. It's like, you know, you want that closeness, you know, you especially when you're desperate and you're grieving and stuff, you know, and that's. I've never, obviously, I would tell you if I went down that road. You know, I never went down that road. You know, I'd be open and honest. Yeah, my life has been with working girls. You know, most of my life I've been with working girls. I've had 6 relationships, but in between, if I'm not in a relationship, then I'm going with working girls. I'm not looking for relationships. I'm not looking to have a girlfriend. Girlfriends are like hard work because you got to be careful what you say. You can't like just relax. You know what I mean? Because you don't know how long they're going to be there, and when they fall out, they hate you and all the rest of it. And they're on about telling everybody your darkest secrets. You know what I mean? So it was never something I could indulge in. So working girls, perfect. You know, and I had really good relationships with working girls. I would go to the same girls, you know, in different cities, like Liverpool and that. And yeah, it was like a professional relationship, and I didn't see anything wrong with that, you know. But yeah, oh, hold on, guys. Yeah, what was I saying now? Oh, I've lost my flow there. Like, this toothbrush is stinking, man. Jeez, oh here. Shucks, guys. Yeah, what was I talking about? Jumped onto that. That was a strange one, like. So it was. But listen, I'll pick it up in another video. So I'll have a wee look back and pick it up in another video. Because I'm having to see, like, see, this is a problem. I don't know how to put videos together, you know. So see, if I take a phone call, 2 seconds of time, not in this thing. If I take a phone call, then like you've seen the problems I had with the walk and talk. I end up having to put 5 videos up, you know, 5 videos, you know. So with TikTok, it's like you just put the videos up and you can add videos and stuff. So you know what I mean. I have a system that I do sometimes, but it takes so long. It takes so long to do, and I'm trying to work out an easier way to do it, you know. Because then I could stop this and then probably look what I was talking about, and carry on, and then put the two together and put it out as one video. You get me? So I'm learning. I am learning. I will learn it. It's just like life is really, really fast moving right now. To be honest with you, with things that are happening. You know, honestly, like you know, I don't want to say any names. You know what I mean? But like last night, I got a phone call. You know, and I'm going to say this as it is. You know, I got a phone call, and it was like this guy's threatening me and says he's going to do this to me, and then he says he's going to do my son, you know, and I'm like, right. So I'm thinking to myself, this guy's saying this online or whatever, or on a message. I'm thinking to myself, it's not going to happen, you know, it's not going to happen. That's not the way it works. So I'm like, if he's saying that to me, don't worry about it. He's not going to come through. He's not going to. If the ones that don't tell you they're coming through, that you got to worry about, you know. I was trying to get that across to him, but you know, I was lost. And then he says, like, oh, he says he knows you. And I'm like, oh, he says he was in the jail with you and that. And I'm like, right, okay. And I'm like, so, and he says my name, and I'm like, there's only two people in this world called me by that name, and that's the Polish and my ma. It's true. No doubt about it. So, Polish and my ma. There's only two people call me by that, by my real name. So I knew straight away the guy was lying. He's obviously went on the Facebook, checked my mate out, seen his friends, seen, because like obviously if I'm messaging or saying all great stuff, you know that's a friend, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean, nothing happened, you know what I mean? But so much can change in a minute, you know, you gotta be very careful. So you do, and this is the way my life is, to be honest with you, because I'm only learning now. Before I would have been jumping up, throwing stuff on, getting the car sorted out, and going through to see this guy. It's my mate. He's threatening my mate, and he's threatening my mate's son, you know. But obviously I'm a lot older and wiser, and I'm like, I stop and think about things, and I think as well the wee girl has a lot to do with it, to be honest with you. That's given me a big stop and think, you know. And I have said to you, like, I'm not going to go to jail for anything other than if I'm backed into a corner or anybody threatens my family. I can't do this anymore, help people, you know. And it's shit because I don't want to come across like I'm not a good friend, because I am. I think highly of my friends. If I have the time to answer the phone to you and message you or whatever, you know, then you're a friend. It's as simple as that. I choose my friends very carefully, and I don't have many friends, you know. I don't have many people that message me or phone me up. So or I'll answer the phone to, or I'll want to answer the message to. I don't have many people like that in my life. Honestly, I don't. So, you want to go this way, guys? They want to go in the big field. Come on then. I think it's been cut. It's my stairs, my nature steps. If anybody hasn't seen it, you can get really good a good look at it there, so you can. Do it sideways. I don't know if this is going to move on the like steps. Steps going up like that, right up to here. I know. Gone. Yeah, so like I've got a big massive change with my wee girl, 100%. 100%. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, big time, big changes in my thinking. You gotta understand, I've never had anybody be responsible for it. I'm used to not having anybody be responsible for it. I live my life like that. And I know you think it's quite sad and all that sometimes, but you gotta understand, it's not like that for me, you know? It's sad for me now looking back. It wasn't sad for me then. So don't ever think when I tell you the things, some of them, there's a small part when I was 11, 10, 11 and 12 were the worst parts of my life. See, straight away I can feel my throat going. So looking back on that, it's difficult. But apart from all that, everything was good. Everything was good. I had a really good life. Been all over the world. Been in America, Canada, all over Europe. Oh, I'll tell you some stories. You know. I'll give you a wee quick flash. Right? A wee quick one. I'm not going to go too much, but you can use your own imagination, right? I'm going to leave it at that. We're in America. It was St. Paddy's Day. And we were looking for Irish pubs. We were masquerading, right? That's just going to get me into so much trouble. And so anyway, I'm not going to tell you what. I'm going to change it a wee bit, right? So we've went into this pub. We've seen the tricolour, right? And we've went into the pub, me and my mate, and we're like sitting there, and this big guy comes up. He's like, "You want a jug?" So we're like, "Yeah, big. This jug's of beer over there, not pint." We're like, "Yeah." So gets the jug. I think the first guy came my side. Next thing, this big black guy with a big long trench coat came over beside my mate. Exact same thing. Jug of beer, boom. Happy days. We're like fucking Belfast boys loving having a crack, you know, talk to anybody, you know what I mean? Just full of banter and laughter. And but this guy talking to me, and you know what I'm like with people touching me, it's like an electric shock. But I'm in America. You don't have time for any sentiments like that. And he's getting his hand, and it's just like that. Aye. But then it's like, you know, that wee slide. Then I realised we were in trouble. Yeah, we were in trouble. We were in a gay bar. And it was coming up to St. Paddy's Day. This is why they tried colours at the window. And so, long story short, these two police walked in, right? With the car, with a hard car out the front. And he goes, who owns the blah blah car? And we're like, two of us in unison. Oh, first time ever in my life that I would ever go. I would even pause for thought. Oh, hold on. You know what I mean? You know, nothing to do with me. You know, we'll be one of them ones. No, it's ours. Take his hands out to get cuffed and all that. No matter if we weren't caring. You know what I mean? And it turned out we'd parked the car in the flow of the traffic. In America, you've got to park the car with the flow. Oh dear. Aye. Leave that at that. So we will, I think. You know, I'll leave that at that. But no, I've had a good life. I've had an interesting life. Very exciting life. Even the prisons, you know, I never ever went into a prison scared. No word to lie. But in England it was a bit like, you know, because I'd already done the Crumlin Road prison. And I'd already done Hyde Bank, you know, and if you know, you know, right? So now I'm 18 and I land in England. I've got a 6, you know. So it was daunting, no doubt about it. There was one jail, Aylesbury, like I said, I've told you, I walked into and it was, woof. I'm gonna do this, guys, 2 seconds. I walked into the jail and you get cut the atmosphere with a knife. And I'm 18 years old and I'm like, I knew what that saying was and I was like, oh my God, that sounds real. And like, that sounds real, I can feel the atmosphere. Oh, honest to God, I'm no kidding you on. Like, I walked into that A-wing in Aylesbury and that's exactly. And that was maybe the scariest. You know, it was, and maybe it was, I don't know. I can't remember it being a scary, because I knew whatever came at me, I would be able to give back, you know. And 18, I use anything. I use my teeth, I use my thumbnails, I use whatever I need to use. You know, I'm in prison with violent men. You know, so that's what I'm not making no apologies for anything like that. Never ever will. And it turned out to be one of the most violent jails I've ever been in my life, you know. There's no two ways about it. But I'll touch on all that one day, I promise, you know, the proper story about it. You know, that's the one where I was in with the IRA boy and 2 YOs together and we were next door to each other and we became best mates. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Aye, so, like I say, it's not been bad, guys. It's not like that, you know. So easy to pretend, you know what I mean? Like that. But I always say, you know, I've never laughed so hard in prison. And I mean, I say that to a lot of people, like, you know, when they go, fucking hell, man, that's a lot of time in jail you've done. I'm like, I know, but it's not what you think. It's not like that. When you're used to it, when you're brought up, institutionalised through care, and you don't miss a heartbeat, you're just in, you know. You maybe get a wee whisper out every now and again, and you get so drunk you get into trouble, and you probably get a good beating. You know what I mean? So outside's like, whew, you know, because you're that used to it. I'm talking like from 9 years old, like being in children's homes, blah blah. So it does. I wasn't like other guys. I could go into jail and instantly make friends. I could instantly work out who was running things. I could instantly work out who the dodgy ones, who not to trust. It wasn't hard, you know. In most cases, you would just go up, you know, in many cases, I'll tell you a story. I can't name, like, I'd love to name him. I'd love to name the boy, you know. I don't even think he'd sue me, to be honest with you. But, you know, let me think. I'm going to sort of do a wee thingy on his name. So, he used to go about going, you know who I am, I'm Larry Jackson, right? And I'm just in the jail. It's Barlenny, right? I'm just in the jail about 2 weeks. Everybody knows me as the bank robber, right? So, and bank robbers get respect in prison. You know, that's just the way it is. Bank robbers have always been left alone and to get on with it, sort of thing, you know what I mean? And especially if you're from Belfast. So, I'll do alright. especially Scotland, you know, I mean, people leave me alone, and I don't get on like a gangster. Don't get on like I don't never tell anybody my business. I never talk about over the road, you know. I always keep it mutual because I've got Celtic friends as well, and I like to always have my options, plenty of options, you know. So I'm not going to shut doors down just by shouting about I'm a loyalist and I'm this and I hate Catholics and all that. I was clever enough not to do that quite early on, and yeah, it was like it wasn't difficult. This is what I'm trying to say. No, none of it was difficult. And so this guy was what happened was Sunday. I got the Sunday paper, right, and I have to say this because I don't want to jail myself. You know what I mean? And I had the Sunday paper, right. So the Sunday paper in the jail is like gold. You get the Sunday, especially on a Sunday. Wow, you get the Sunday Mail, the Sunday Record, or the Sunday World at the time on a Sunday. You were the man, right? So I'd managed to acquire myself one, and it's in my cell. So I managed to get my door open, and I'm down talking to the passmen, because the passmen are the ones that've got their ears on the ground, right? They're the ones who the screws favour and give them jobs to clean them up and basically do a bit of running about for them. You know what I mean? Can't be asked. Go and see what he wants. He's wanting to know when is his visit. I tell him, fucking, this will be shit. You know, shit like that. This is what this passman done. So if you know score, you want to get them on your side, because they're the ones, when you're locked up, they're the ones out in the London. So if you need things done, you need to have a good relationship with them. So I'm chewing the fat with these guys, two of them, up where the gangway is, top flat. And I got moved to a top flat because they thought I was bringing phones in. I was moved to the Kilmarnock because they said I was bringing phones in, right? And I was like, no, dig it up. And then I was moved out of there into Barlinnie. And then a screw came in and whispered in my ear. Right, I swear to God. Sitting down having our dinner, and a screw came in and whispered in my ear. Well, going out for my dinner. They had a message for me from outside. And they seen that. Somebody seen it. They fucking fuck knows. So they said I was bringing phones in. So they put me in the top flat. And you know what they did? They put all Celtic screws on the top flat. I swear to God. In Berlin. Yep, they did indeed. So I'm standing up at the gangway. So I am talking to these two guys. Just don't even know. And he was wanting to go, and he's going, at Larry Jackson's just came out of your cell with a paper. And at first I'm like, no, because you mental. Why would anybody do that? Taking something to somebody's cell, that's a no. No, I know the prison rules, but this is like my fourth sentence, you know, and I'm doing 18 year. You know what I mean? Just starting. No, I wasn't. Sorry, I wasn't, because I was in Berlin. I went back to Berlin after I got sentenced. So I was on remand. And just flew from Belfast into jail, right? And so I'm like, nah, no way. So he's came. I went walking back, and he's, and the way it is in the jails, right? So especially Berlin, the Victorian jails, you got to understand the walls are about 2 feet. Let's say 2 feet thick, and like big thick walls, right? So the wall is that thick, and then you can put a door. So you're going to have a lip, a 2 foot lip. You get me? It can either be inside the cell or outside the cell. So the door could either be flush on the landing, or it could be in a dip. In Berlin, it was in the dip, right? And he's standing with his newspaper under his arm, talking through the door to somebody. And yeah, it was the last newspaper he ever stole. So it was, you know what I mean? Yeah, he had to get picked off the ground by the prison officers and taken away. And yeah, people don't take kindly to that kind of thing. You know what I mean? I mean, even if I needed to do anything myself, you know what I mean? It might have been somebody else, but people don't like cell thieves. And but it doesn't stop there. So obviously, because of this character was a complete arsehole, nothing happened. You know what I mean? Nothing happened. I never got questioned or thinking about it, you know. Everybody knew what happened and exactly what happened, but it's one of them things in prison, you know. And so anyway, he gets moved in our wing, and he's telling everybody that he done me. So I'm getting people coming back to me saying and these kind of things are important in prison. And believe you me, it's not like out here, you know. So he's on our wing saying that he done the bank robber, you know. And yeah, I wasn't happy. So the screws, were strange. Screws would like arrange things, and you wouldn't really know it. You just would end up somewhere, and there would be somebody you're looking for, you know. Or you'd be going down to London, and they would bring him, put him in the same waiting room you're about to go into. So that happens, you know what I mean? At the time, you'd think it's just pure coincidence, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's a bit more than coincidence. So yeah, there was a lot of people in that cell, and I think it was put straight after that one who was doing who, you know. Say no more about it. But it's prison. You got to understand this. This is a really violent young man. You know, same age as me, but younger than me. I can't remember, but same size as me. You know. Yeah, yeah, a really violent young man. You wouldn't think twice about taking a facey with a razor or a plug. And you know that for a fact. I know him. I know him. You know. You got to know who your enemies are. You've got to always know where your enemies are as well. You know. That's another secret to like making sure you stay safe. If you've been in prison and you have fights and you do things that you do in prison, you know, things catch up with you sometimes, you know. These people pop up every now and again somewhere, and they like me, they don't forget. You know, so it's just that's part of parcel of it all. But you know, this is what I say in my videos these guys, you know. I became somebody else, and I'm not going to keep going on and on about it. This is for anybody that's just joined, that doesn't never seen any of my videos. I became somebody else. I wasn't a violent person. I became a violent person to survive. If I was to be who I truly was, it wouldn't have worked out well for me. I can assure you that. Trust me on that. You know, I wasn't. I've never been a big guy. I go to the gym and I'm strong. Right, I've got a heart of a lion. I'm not a big guy, so I had no choice to make sure people were feared of me. You know, there was no choice but to do it. I had to go into a prison and make sure people knew exactly where I stood. That's how I survived. I'm telling you, I had no choice. Um, Once you get one or two beatings in prison, because it's never by one man, believe you me, very few score goals in prison. You're normally jumped because you know, most cases they're not real men, really. Like you know what I mean, especially if they're falling out with me. You know, they just don't like being spoke back to the way they spoke to me. You know, I'll be a case like that, and then they don't have the balls, and you come here, come on, guys. They don't have the balls to ask you for a square goal because you know you'll say, "I come on, let's go," whether you win or lose, you know. But they just don't want to take that chance. They don't want to get their nose bit off or their ear bit off or whatever, or their eye gouged out. You know what I mean? So they come at you with 4 or 5 men. You know what I mean? I used to go about with newspapers in my stomach, around my stomach and my back. You know, I've been in situations where I've been having wars with guys, and I've had prison officers searching my cell so I didn't have weapons, and not searching their cell because maybe I've cracked one of the prison officers in a different wing somewhere. This is how they get you back. You know, but that's life. That is life. But like I say, once I get over that initial, what do you call it? Oh, this is the initial of getting in and getting yourself known, especially because I'm on my own all the time. You got to understand that. I'm not in my co-accused. I'm always on my own. You know, I was in my co-accused in I was in co-accused on in England. No, I was in with co-accused in the Crum and in Highbank. Then on my own in England, and then on my own at the 18, I was on my own. You know what I mean? All my co-accused got bail. You know, all my co-accused got bail. I didn't get bail. You know, because they didn't really want my co-accused. They wanted me, and they held me in for a year until they managed to turn one of them to Queen's evidence. You know, it wasn't even a fair cop, was it? You know what I mean? It wasn't even a fair cop. They had no DNA, no fingerprints, no IDs. They couldn't even tell the public that the 5 bank robberies what kind of car was used. Not a clue, like hard in the Scooby Doo. You know. But if it hadn't been for him turning Queen's evidence and pointing us all out, I don't think I'd be here today. And that's the truth. I always think to myself, like a lot of times, my mum's got me off the street to protect me, you know. She knows that the path I'm going down, I'm going to get murdered. Somebody's going to end me. and she needs to get me off the street. You know, I don't know. To me, at the time, it would have taken me out of the frying pan and throw me in the fire. But I think my mum knew I could look after myself, so that's how I think about it. That's how I look at it. And yeah, I don't hold anything against this guy. I done enough hating when I was in prison against him, hating, thinking, planning, scheming. But now, and I have always been biding my time. I can wait so long, you know. But now I'm done me a favour, you know. At the end of the day, I needed to go away. You know, the police needed to put me away. They tried to set me up with a fingerprint. I knew I never left in the place, and that didn't work out for them. So they really did try their hardest. They knew, things were happening all around me, and well, just because I didn't do them, it doesn't. They think, well, he must be involved because they're happening all around him, you know. But that's just the way it was. People were dropping like flies everywhere in Belfast. If it wasn't one feud, it was another feud. You know what I mean? And these were Protestants killing Protestants, and these were guys that we went to school with, we grew up with. They knew everything. They knew all our families. They knew all our girlfriends, our ex-girlfriends. They knew where our kids were. You know, if any guys had kids, the other girls, they knew everything. So it was so easy to target these guys. I lost so many friends. Oh man, heartbreaking, heartbreaking. I used to always say to myself when it was always going on, you imagine what they were thinking. Yeah, right. This is what we're doing to each other. You know, that's what I used to think. You know what I mean? While we're on a bulletproof vest. Yeah. So yeah, it was really dangerous and really that was horrible. That was paranoia. Oh man, I've never experienced paranoia like that. And people are starting to get killed, and it's people you know and people that live in your area. You know what I mean? Oh, fucking hell. That was a different kettle of fish. You know what I mean? Because you knew the provers had to come in. They had to come in from their areas into our areas and try and get out safely. It's no mean feat. Trust me, no mean feat. When you've got areas that you've never been in your life, or you know what I mean, you're just like real like Republican areas, and you're like, whoa, Short Strand, the markets, the falls, Ardoyne, Andy Town. You're like, what? Scary places. If you don't belong there, especially at the height of the troubles, you get caught in there. Oh my God. Oh my God. My missus say, oh, if they ever get me, I'll never speak, I'll never tell a secret. Fuck's sake, man, you'll be fucking squealing the place down, even before they bring the bathtubs and all out, and all the wee things that they might be using. You know, everybody's good at saying, I would not do this. Trust me, we're talking. Everybody talks. No two ways about it. So, everybody talks, guys. You know, it doesn't matter how hard you are, how big you are. Somebody you're strapped down to a chair and you're bollock naked and your two wee hingies are sitting on a chopping board. Yeah, you're talking. But like I say, these are stories from the past, and yeah, Belfast was a really, really dangerous place. Really, really dangerous. I could tell you other stories. I will tell you stories. Some stories I can't tell you, even though they're out in the public. Just can't go down them roads, but I can go down others and tell you other stories that that everybody knows, and it's. But I know I can tell you stories, right? I'm going to tell you a story one day soon, and it's about something that happened in Belfast that everybody knows about, but I got a wee bit extra that nobody else knows about, and it's really fascinating. I promise you, it was really, really fascinating. It fascinates me. It's one of them moments in life when you go, "Whoa," you know what I mean? But yeah, it's quite sad. A lot of people died. I'm sorry. Like a lot of people's in this story, there's a lot of bad things, you know. And I know it's like it's difficult to. I don't want to be talk ill of the dead or not, and it's not about that. And I feel a wee bit bad the way I done that there. It is sad. It is sad. It happened a long time ago, and there's so many. There's so many. If I was to fucking get emotional and break down with every single thing and person I know that's died, I would never ever have dry eyes, and that's no word of lie. I can think about guys and take myself to places and get emotional. I don't cry, but I can get emotional. My eyes will well up and that, and I feel the throat tightening and shaking and all that, but I don't bawl and greet. You know what I mean? I don't think I bawled and greet when my wife died, but I cried. You know what I mean? It's like some guys I can't. I bawled and greet so much when I was a wee boy. Honestly, I screamed and bawled and oh man, that's all I remember of my really childhood after my mum died and going through coronary shit is crying, crying, being held on the ground by grown adults and crying and crying and crying. So you have to forgive me if I'm a wee bit emotionless with some things I talk about. It doesn't mean I don't care, you know. I don't know how long this video's been going on for. It's hard to see. I need to get darkness behind me. See that bit? Is it that bit? Oh, it's 40 minutes. Okay, okay. Right. It's a bit long in it, guys, you know what I mean? But this is the thing, like I said at the start of the video, I'm not doing this for like loads of subs and like to go viral. I promise you I'm not doing this. If I was doing this for that, I would be doing what gets me the big views. You understand? I would be doing stuff that gets me the 100,000 views. And while I'm doing the video, I'll be saying, please give me a subscription. You understand? It's no rocket science, you know? Talk about Tommy Robinson, you talk about Northern Ireland, you talk about Paranoia, you talk about anything that perks people, they're going to click on it and watch it. But it's not about that. It's not about that. It's about being able to still communicate with folk and still reply to comments and see comments and read comments and sort of interact. Mum will go this way, guys. It's too mucky. Interact a wee bit. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. I don't have any other ambitions or goals. You know what I mean? I would like to get my story out, full story out, and I would like to maybe make some money from that one day for my child if there's such a way I can do it. It's a touchy subject, you know what I mean? I don't know how it would work, you know, how I would do it or whatnot. Do I write a book? Do I put it down in digital, like audio? Do I do it in video format? Do I do it in audio format just, you know what I mean? Or do I just do the book, you know? Yeah, so something like that. But I'm going to wait till my daughter's here and see how I feel and stuff like that, you know, because I'm happy enough. I'll be honest with you this way, guys. I'm happy enough doing the videos for my daughter so she looks back on and sees that's my dad, you know. So she doesn't go on the internet or she doesn't listen to anybody else that says your dad was a bad man, you know. That's all it's about. And I swear on my mother's grave, that's the reason I'm doing this. The main reason I'm doing this is for my daughter, 100%. And with the arms and legs comes with that is illegal immigration, child abuse, you know, it's all there, you know, so that's why I'm connected with that. I'm not here just hating with an axe to grind against the government. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the Labour Party. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the Tories bringing in and letting all these undocumented men in. I would not have even have thought about this, never have entered my mind to put myself online, my face online. It is mental. I still think it's mental that I'm doing it. You know, people that know me all my life think, what? They can't believe it. I've had my mates going, oh, I flicked through and I seen you. You know, don't get me wrong. I've had some like my mates filling up in the car and, you know, I haven't seen in ages. They've come to see me and like, well, going through my area to see if they could spot me and jumping out and give me a big hug and all that. Because I don't think some of them actually knew. Because like I say, I don't talk about stuff. I don't talk about what's going on in Northern Ireland, what happened in the past in Northern Ireland. To be honest with you, the reason why I don't talk about it is because constantly think I was lying. And that's the God's honest truth. My stories are so extreme. For a guy to come from through children's homes and be an orphan and be on his own, to do what I've done is amazing. But I've also got to give credit where credit's due. There's one man in my life that guided me through some of the worst parts, the first times in my life. He's still alive today. But he's went down a different path than me, you know. But I still class him as a brother. We have sort of fell out over something ridiculous when we were younger. Well, younger, say 20 years ago. But it is what it is. It's not like I'm here if he ever wants to have a chat about it, you know. I'm quite sure I was probably in the wrong, so it's not going to be like have a chat about it, you know what I mean? You know, I'll never lift my hand to the man. Too much respect for him. It's simple as that, you know. He's always been like my brother, always. All my life, I've always thought of him as my brother that I fucked up, you know what I mean, with my fucking stupid head, you know. But it is what it is. But I never done it on my own. I want you to understand that as well. I had somebody by my side, a good guy, and we were like brothers. Everybody thought we were brothers, you know. Well, that's the way that's life. That is life again, you know. But I'm not going to go on and on and on. I'm sorry it's another long video, and I know, thank you for getting this far, and I know it's not for everybody, but like I say, I'm not for everybody. I'm for you. So have a really good day. Enjoy your Saturday. If you're having to be gambling on football, good luck. I've got my coupon on. I always do my coupon on a Saturday. My mum used to do the pools. My mum always done the pools on a Saturday, so I always do my wee football coupon on a Saturday. And basically just pick all the favourites. It's like a £5 or a tenner on it. That's me, you know. I missed out last week. I missed £1,000 last week by one. So that normally happens like that, you know what I mean? Yeah, normally happens like that. I'm normally waiting on one goal for £5, £6 to £1,000. One goal all the time. You know what I mean? My partner's like, I'm like, if that team scores, I get all that money. You know, and it's, you know, I don't think gambling is for good people. I honestly don't. I don't think gambling is for good people. I think it's. I don't know. It's weird. You know, I'm going to say it. I think. Hold on. I think gambling's for evil people, and I don't mean that if you gamble you're evil. I just think if you don't win at gambling, if you're always losing, it's because you're a good person. I promise you. That's what I honestly believe that. If you do not win, obviously you're going to get your wee wins. You know what I mean? Because the devil or whoever can't constantly control it. You know what I mean? But you know that's not your. If you're looking that way to make a bit of money, and that's the way I'm going to do it, because you can make some money at gambling. I know guys that do. You know. There's better ways. There has to be better ways. And if you're going to keep on gambling, you keep on losing, it's only because you're a good person. Just forget about it. Go back to it every now and again, Halloween. You know, treat it as it is. Don't use it as something that you're looking for. You're trying to get something out of. You're trying to because you're not get it. You won't get it. You know? It's not going to happen. You know, you'll always get that win at the start. It's to draw you in. You know, but you know, if you're good, you won't get it. Have a good day, guys. Have a good Saturday. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Obviously, I'll bring a video every day, and I'll do my walk and talk once a week, where I turn the camera around and upwards and onwards. God bless. Thank you for getting this far.